If you're going to prevent me from talking, are you filming? Okay, cool. Why are you getting beat up so much?
Because of. Oh wait, do you want the shoot answer or the?
I want the real answer.
Because I work with a lot of people who in main events. A lot of times, there's ref bumps in mains, right?
Yeah, I mean.
And
that's
for
true.
the heels to bump a woman.
All right.
Generates way more heat.
Yeah, that's true. People will hate them so much.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, fair. All right. I hadn't even thought about that. There's not a lot of women refs.
No.
There's not, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
I actually worked with one last night. She was great. I can't remember her work name. Sorry, Sarah.
No, well, then she doesn't exist.
But yeah, there's a couple of us, but it's rare, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a cool place to kind of carve out your niche.
There's not a lot of good women refs either. Oh, I said what I said. I'm fine with that. I consider you a good.
There's not a lot of
ref.
I think there's
competent.
Equally. Never mind. I'm gonna drop that one.
Okay, because I would run with it like Forrest. I really would.
Yeah.
You don't want to give me that ball.
I'm still too young in the industry to start running with that ball.
Okay. Sweet Jesus.
But yeah, so the bump that I took up here, so as a ref, especially as a woman ref, a lot of times they're overly gentle with you.
Overly gentle?
Yeah, because they don't want to hurt the ref, right? I mean, you don't want to hurt anybody in the ring ever.
Fair. You want to be safe.
Right. And then especially as a ref, and for whatever reason, especially as a woman ref too, you get kid gloves. And that looks like shit.
I mean, I agree with you. It really does. It doesn't look real.
Yeah.
And it's like, ugh, why are you even bothering, really?
Right. So anytime I'm taking a punch or a forearm, I lean into it. Like, you're not supposed to, right? You're supposed to just stand there. But I lean into it to make sure that it looks good. So yeah, he hit me pretty good last night. And I think I shifted a tooth too. But
oh my goodness!
Yeah, it was worth it though. It looked really good.
All right, I couldn't even argue with that because I'm sure you're right.
Well, it was a We Love Wrestling show yesterday, and there's another guy on the card, and he took a bump out of the ring, hit his head on the stairs, and we thought he was going to have to go in and get stitches and stuff. Luckily, he was okay. Managed to stop the bleeding, and we had some good medical staff backstage.
That's good.
But then after he was fine, I'm like, you know what the worst part of all this is? He's like, I got blood on my gear. I was like, no, that nobody saw it. Because he was on the far side of the ring, so the crowd didn't see it. He's like, what? I'm like, come on, what business are you in?
That's bad.
We're in the business of oohs and ahs, right?
I mean, you are in the business of oohs and ahs. You're selling a thing. Yeah. You're selling yourself. So why reffing? Why wrestling? I mean, you are a girl. So, that's not typical for girls. I mean, I don't mean to stereotype, but I'm stereotyping.
Right. I'm a large mammal, so ballet was out of it.
I mean, as a large mammal who took ballet, yeah. I was a little.
I've always had. So, in my personal life, I have a really strict code of ahimsa, which is practice of nonviolence in all things I do. And that said, I'm still human, and I have these aggressive tendencies.
Okay.
And this is a place where I can get that out in wrestling. Before that, like I was saying before, I played roller derby. And I think roller derby is very close to professional wrestling in that, roller derby, at least, it's not predetermined.
No.
But it's still got a level of that theatrics and the physicality and everything.
It does.
And then when I left that, I was like, well, I got to do something else. So yeah, I got back into wrestling. I actually started wrestling when I was 17.
So you've wrestled?
Yeah.
Not just ref?
Yep.
So do you want to wrestle again then? This is all new to me. I am all in wow, really?
I've been back in the ring training.
Really?
Whether that goes anywhere, we'll see. As a ref, I think that refs need a certain degree of worker training too in wrestling.
I mean, fair enough. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes a better ref if you know what's going on.
Right. And like, and you can get this also just by reffing for long enough, but you get to know more of a wrestler's patterns in a ring. So that once you've had that experience, you're like, okay, well, they're going to scoop, they're going to go for a pin next, so make sure I'm in the right position.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, having that wrestling training as a referee is really important, I think. You can get by without it, but I think you have a harder time.
So what do you prefer then? What do you
I prefer reffing.
Do you?
Yeah, because I'm allergic to bumping. I break out in headaches every time. That's how it used to be, at least.
Oh goodness. I would not want to bump. That's a nope from me. I fall enough.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Me and gravity are arch enemies, right?
Yes. Yes.
But I like reffing because, like, ever play like online RPGs like Warcraft or anything?
Not Warcraft, but a long time ago. Yes.
Sure.
Like yes.
So you have like your DPS, your tanks, and your healers.
Mm-hmm.
The wrestlers are the tanks and the DPS. The refs are the healers. We're the support class. We're there to make sure that the people that are doing the action stay safe. We're there to make sure that they have the tools they need to put on the best show that they can, whether that's calling cues, telling them to slow down, making sure they're staying on times, playing to the camera even, like, hey, hard cam's over there. There's so many things that the ref does in the ring to be that support class before even you get into counting the numbers or anything.
Okay. All right. I really hadn't looked at it like that. That's a really good way to look at it.
Yeah. We serve a lot of roles. And as far as I'm concerned, like, yeah, I'm there to count the numbers. I'm there to
Well, none of you know how to count. Love you.
As soon as the stripes go on, we just lose all intelligence.
To God, are you like, what? Is that how they teach you? They're like, you're going to have to not know how to count anymore. I promise. It seems silly, but this is how you learn how to rap.
Yeah. See, my problem is that
pause really long, and as soon as the crowd gets mad, that's when you then.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh no! No, you're fine.
Hi, Anna.
Hi.
Sorry. But
it's the not counting for me.
Oh yeah.
So I'm really fixated on
I just hit the mic.
That's fine.
With me, I have a very hard time not heckling back.
I love that though.
I worked a match a couple months back, and this guy kept yelling like, the same thing. Oh, she can't count to three. She can't count to three. And I just shot back. I counted a lot higher than that when I was counting, or when your mom was counting out her kinks to me last night.
Oh!
Can I take it further?
Yes, please.
So then after the show, he comes up to me and he says, "What was that you said about my mother?" Without skipping a beat, I say it again. And he goes, "Oh, so I guess you're into necrophilia, huh?"
Shit, I would say.
Yeah, so then immediately the works of Kevin Smith came to head, and I said, I guess that's why she didn't move around too much.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, sweet. Oh, goddess. Oh, God, that's beautiful.
And then I kept going with it, and I looked at him and I said, and now we've reached the point where Jaina doesn't know how to shut up, and I'm going to leave before I say something I shouldn't.
Oh, no, I love it. See, that's what I live for, is that back and forth. The refs, the wrestlers, I fucking live for it.
Yeah.
It's theater. It's
100%.
It's improv. It's beautiful. And when you can do that well, it adds to the show, and like it amps everybody up. Everybody around gets amped up, and like the people around like get amped up. They don't even know what they're getting amped up for. They're just amped up because these people are amped up and these people are amped up because there's bullshit going back and forth.
Right.
Like, it's great.
I can't think of another
It's fucking beautiful.
type of form of entertainment where, as an audience member, you're part of the show.
Yes, and then that's what I've loved from the very beginning. It's so interactive. It's beautiful.
Especially when you're the person that gets a chant going.
Yeah. See, I don't chant. I'm getting a little better.
Yeah.
I don't know, it feels weird to me. It's off-putting.
I got a taste for it when I was knee-high to a duck, and I got a Boss Man Sucks chant going at a house show.
Knee-high to a duck. So how you've liked wrestling your entire life then?
Yeah,
I'm
so
assuming a knee-high to a duck is little.
yeah, right. But for me, like, you know, when you block out most of your childhood, that's pretty much anything under the age of 12. And then that's the part where people go, "Oh, honey, that's trauma."
Yeah. Yes, doing the EMDR thing. Yes.
Yeah. So I watched wrestling a lot when I was really young. Back when they had like Superstars on Saturday mornings on the USA Network for WWF, and the Ultimate Warrior was working a program with the Undertaker, and Warrior got put into the casket, and then it ended up getting nailed shut too. And I just remember the announcer saying like, "Undertaker here, Ultimate Warrior can't breathe, he can't breathe, he's gonna die in there." They used the D word. Yeah.
That's scary.
And as a small child, I'm just sitting there bawling.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
Yeah. And my mom comes down, she's like, "What is this? What's going on?" And she just turns off the TV and says, "You're not watching that crap anymore." Okay. So fast forward like 10 years, and we're in the late 1900s and Attitude Era.
All right.
My dad and I were out at our cabin, and you know, I think we were just special. We had a totally legal DirecTV box that just happened to get all the pay-per-views.
Oh, that's convenient.
And it was the night of Survivor Series 1998, the Deadly Game tournament. And I remember, I didn't know who any of these people were, but a tournament wrestling event, like that's a great way to introduce people to characters and stuff.
Fair. Yeah.
And I remember just watching it from bell to bell and just being enamored with what I was seeing. And pretty much from that point on, I was hooked again. I was a backyarder shortly after that. I started training a couple years after that, after I met Mike Doyle, Irish Mickey Doyle. He got me and Melvin Hayes, who we both broke in together.
Where did you train?
In Escanaba. We trained in Escanaba. There was a group there back then. It was called Triad Wrestling Federation.
Okay.
And they ran a school in a pole barn just outside of Escanaba.
There's a lot of that I've heard of.
Yeah.
Lots of barns.
And, you know, we traveled out there once a week, got our asses kicked for a couple hours, and then, you know, drove the hour home.
That's such dedication. I cannot. That is...
You could not. We just drove.
Yeah, right?
No, but... All right, fine. All right, maybe... No, we're not getting paid. But like physical,
Okay.
like the physical, I could not do the physical. I can't do the physical.
Like I said, you know, that's part of what turned me off to it. Is I joke I was allergic to bumping, but like I did have a hard time with bumping. I got a lot of headaches as a result of it. I think I wasn't bumping properly.
Okay.
At the time, I don't think I had enough neck muscle to properly tuck my chin. Because since I've been training again, like I don't get that anymore.
I mean, that's a plus.
For sure.
That would suck so bad.
Yeah, so I can't help but think that like I'm hoping it's better.
I mean,
But
you
at the
were
same
young too, right?
Yeah, I was
17?
17. I wrestled until I was 20.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know.
So what are our plans? What are our plans? What are we planning on doing? Like a mint.
I love one. Thanks.
My mouth is perpetually dry.
Now that I have nails.
It's the weed.
Never had my nails done before
They're
today,
really
so I had to
cute.
get them done for Marquette Mania.
I had mine done, and then I did dishes, and then I worked, and then I was like, yeah. Yours are very cute.
Thanks.
Well, so why black and white?
Because I'm a rough.
Oh, I'm so fucking... I don't pretend to be this slow. This is just really how slow I actually am.
My brain doesn't work after long car rides, especially.
Yeah, we'll go with
that.
Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Jesus, Lord, have mercy on my actual soul.
Yeah, I think, you know, right now I'm really just more focused on reffing. I want to get out there. I have like this phased approach that I kind of set for myself. Sorry, I'm sitting here chewing a mint
Don't worry
instead of
about
suckling
it.
on it.
Remember,
That's
no
why I said
sorries.
suckle.
Remember, no sorries.
I was apologizing to him. He wasn't part of our circle.
He doesn't. You don't have to apologize to him. It's fine.
So, First, so we're at UPW Market Mania. UPW is my home team. When I got back into wrestling, it was with UPW. I actually showed up at a show about 2 years ago. They had a steel cage challenge show, which was so cool. And I was supposed to do backstage interviewing.
Really?
They were short a ref.
Okay.
I have a background in broadcasting.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really dope. And look at me just winging it. I don't even know what I'm doing.
So do the people working for less money in broadcasting. There's a reason I don't work in broadcasting anymore, and it's because I like not being in poverty.
I mean, I'm fine with being in poverty. It's cool. It's great.
I like having insurance.
I work my day job. What's
Right.
the shoot job, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My shoot job, don't get me wrong, broadcasting pays more than this. But yeah, so I showed up to do backstage interviews. They were short a ref, and Booker comes up and says, "Can you ref?" And so I said the same thing. I'm like, well, I've been watching it basically since I was knee-high to a duck. I don't think I can screw it up too much. Little did I know.
Did I know.
But I didn't really screw anything up that
okay.
night, My first night out, I got to ref a tag match with the Rock and Roll Express in it. That was really cool. I actually got assigned the main too. So championship match in the steel cage on my first night.
That's really impressive.
I think the reason for that is, like I said, Melvin Hayes has been such a dear friend to me, and he was in the main.
Oh, okay.
And I think he requested me.
Oh, that's really nice, though.
Yeah, well,
but it's who you know, right?
100%. 90% of this business is networking, I feel like.
Right.
But like I said, he and I came up together too, but we never actually worked a match together.
Oh.
Outside of backyarding.
Okay.
And so he was like, this might be my last opportunity to work with her. I don't know what she's going to do. So he took it. And then I got the bug. And I'm like, this is great. I need to do more of this, because you get to be that third dance partner.
That's a good way to, I like that.
TJ Bowles, I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's another ref. Mostly stays this side of Lake Michigan.
That's probably why I'm not.
But he put it to me in a really great way about what a ref is. So imagine the best pizza that you've ever had in your life.
Okay.
And as you're describing it to somebody, like you're describing the vegetables on it, they have like this little bit of crisp, but they're not like mushy.
Yeah.
The pepperonis got like that little crisper on the outside of it, and they kind of cupped, a little bit. And the cheese, it's like super melty, and it's also got a little bit of that crust on it.
Yes.
The dough is super just like chewy and wonderful, and like it's the best pizza you've ever had in your life. What didn't I mention? Exactly, the sauce.
The sauce.
Yeah. You never describe the sauce of the best pizza I shouldn't say never speak in absolutes, unless you're saying never speak in absolutes.
Very rarely, though.
Right, you very rarely talk about the sauce. Now imagine that same pizza, best pizza you've ever had in your entire life, but the sauce is runny. It's going to ruin the whole pizza.
Oh, yeah, it would.
And then all you're going to talk about is how bad that sauce
Yeah.
was. Referees are the sauce on pizza. When we do our jobs right, we help to bring that match and make sure that it's tight and provide those things that the guys working the match need. When we're bad, we take away from the people that are doing the wrestling in the ring. And
you really no, you're not wrong, because there's been some bad refs, and my goddess, that is all I can focus on is how awful the refs. Like, I literally cannot focus on anything else.
Just don't realize.
Just like,
positioning.
even positioning aside, like they're just abysmal. Like, it's like they have no like they're not paying any attention to anything that's going on. They have no concept of like what is happening around them.
There's literally
or Tango.
Disappeared when I'm watching the match.
Like, I forget Tango's there. Like, that's what I want. I want to forget like you're there.
Yep.
That's what a good ref is.
it's like the quote on Futurama, right? Like, if you've done something right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all.
Yes, and that's what I like.
Yep.
And I love, like, when I notice refs, like, because you're noticeable, you're like sparkly and so pretty.
Green hair, tattoos.
But like, you're still not noticeable.
Yeah.
Which I love. Like, that's what it should be.
And I'd be lying if I said I don't worry about my appearance and like helping me get to that next level, because there's still like a lot of older school promoters that are like, you know, your ref has to look like plain and dumpy and and that's how you detract
Really?
from getting seen,
No
right?
facial hair. Their
Yeah.
hair's got to be a certain length.
Really?
Yeah. Like it was
Is
such
that
a
really real?
it was such a
That
big
seems
thing when
silly.
Aubrey Edwards started showing up with like the makeup and everything in AEW for a while. If you go back and watch early AEW, she did the bright makeup for like the first couple months, and then she had very like reserved makeup, and that was
vaguely
why,
remember
because
that,
people are like, you're
actually.
taking away from. But as far as I'm concerned, like she kind of set that bar on a main stage to say like, no, we're part of the show too. I get to feel pretty too.
But like once you like you're like, oh wow, they look so pretty, but like once the match starts, like you lose them. Like they're just kind of like they're kind of like
Some
I don't-
men are going to lose them.
well, I don't know what to.
Because she's a fairly good looking.
I don't know. Like I don't know. Get over yourself.
I don't know what match just happened, but I remember the rep.
That's not my problem though. Like
And
that's
I'm
their
just saying
problem.
That's an accurate statement.
It is an accurate statement, but like that's as like if they can't separate themselves, but like speaking as a human being who doesn't like fixate on people in a sexual manner, like they can be as pretty as they want, but once the match starts, if they were a good ref, like they just kind of
There it
I
goes.
am screaming. Were you trying to moon me, Tango? You could at least come say hello to me so it doesn't look like I'm talking to myself.
I'd only be doing you a favor at this point.
Did he moon me and I didn't see it? Okay, that's.
I was kind of waiting. That's why I'm sitting here looking at you and trying not to crack.
I was like, what is fucking going on? Am I saying something wrong? Do you see how fucking oblivious I am?
Well, no, fairness, you're looking here and he's, but
I don't know what I was even saying now. I'm crying right now. I swear to God.
I think a lot of the like
He's fired.
women, how we present as referees is also very much a generational thing. Because to what you're saying, like you notice the ref and then you're like, okay, then the ref goes invisible.
Well, I mean, if
But
they're
you have-
good.
Well, yeah, but then you have like this old school mentality sometimes of, well, the ref's not supposed to present a certain way. And for a lot of people like that are more old school, just seeing that every time they look at the ref, they're going to be like, oh, and it's going to take them out of the match. However, I think we're getting to a point where that's shifting because like people that look like, you know, that have that edge like we have, like it's one of those things where it's more societally normalized these days more than it was like 10, 15, 20 years ago.
I mean, that's true.
So I think it's just natural that it starts to bleed into wrestling too. And I like I said, I'm hoping that, you know, my appearance doesn't keep me from like getting to that next level, from getting to like, you know, an OVW or an NWA or like TNA.
It seems silly that it would though. Because like you literally, don't you want to see yourself? You want to see yourself in wrestlers, right? Isn't that the whole fucking point?
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong?
You're not
Am I
wrong, but you would be surprised how many promoters are like, no, you can't have tattoos, you can't have bright hair, you can't have stuff that distracts.
Wait, what? You shut
Visible
your
tattoos and-
face.
yeah.
You are kidding.
Talk to
me.
Tango about that sometime.
Oh, he's a male, so that's a different story.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I feel like that's silly AF.
I do too.
it is.
I can't take them off,
But the
so.
wrestlers, it's okay for wrestlers to have tattoos though?
Right.
Probably men. Because if you look at female wrestlers, how many tattoos are you noticing?
Actually,
AEW chicks have a lot of cool
Well, I mean,
tattoos.
yeah, they do.
Stat's got
But
that
yeah,
new chest
but-
piece now.
but
I'm like,
Indie, actually, no.
Zero.
Indie, yeah, oh.
that's because at the indie level, we're all poor. We can't afford
Yeah,
I mean,
tattoos.
that's true. That's also, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
But no, that seems icky though. I don't,
And I'll admit, like, I don't know everything about everything, but that's
Well, I
been
mean-
the experiences. And I've never even had a promoter say to me, your look is like, that's bad. I've heard stories from other refs, though.
All right, fair.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you've
Is
never
that envy from
experienced.
other refs, though, or-
What's that?
I say, would that be envy from other refs? Like,
No,
you know?
I don't think so, because I definitely trust the sources that it's
All
coming
right.
from. But
So where have you ref? Just Michigan?
no,
Not
so
just Michigan. I know it hasn't.
yeah, I've been
I'm
Michigan,
leaving.
Wisconsin, Minnesota. Got in Illinois coming up this summer.
Indiana?
No Indiana yet.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm working on that. I'm actually working on getting myself
RCW?
booked more into the Minneapolis, St. Paul area.
Really?
It's closer for me. So, for me, I live in Iron Mountain, Michigan,
Okay.
which is about 90 minutes south of here, and it's about
Okay.
90 minutes north of Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Really?
Yeah. So for me to work like Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, it makes more sense. Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird.
Instead of going down to I worked Metro Pro a couple months ago.
Oh my, that must have.
Yeah.
How long of a drive was that?
I was like 8.5 hours.
Holy mother of God.
And I was coming from St. Louis.
Oh.
So that was for the shoot job. So I was in St. Louis from Monday through Thursday, was home for about 20 hours, hopped in the car after the shoot job on Friday, drove to Detroit, stayed in the cheapest hotel I could find, which, by the way, pro tip, kids, don't do that.
Oh my God, we did that once and it was the most awful, girl. It was the most awful.
I stayed at this Baymont by the Detroit airport.
Oh.
I had to move the furniture to barricade the doors because the handles I didn't trust.
Oh God.
And I'm 90% sure there's a blood stain about this big on the carpet.
Oh God, it was so bad. I Snapchatted it. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Ours wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad. It was pretty fucking bad.
And then I drove right back after that show, and that was
my
a stupid
God.
idea.
That's so much. See, that's look. We did 6
rest stops along the way.
No, yeah, right. But because I was up for so long, so I started getting delirious by the time I rolled into my house.
I've driven like that. Probably shouldn't admit that, but I have.
Yeah, it was the last 60 miles.
Half hour.
Yeah.
Or so, maybe the last 45 minutes. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, I don't, because you're almost home. You don't want to stop. You're almost home.
Right, exactly.
But also, you should probably stop.
I just get lost in my audiobook.
Yeah, I listen to that. I have it through Libby. Yeah, he listens to music. I do it for a little while. But no, see, you have more dedication than it, because we only did 6.5 hours. And see, you do stuff. I just sit here and talk to people. Then we're going to go eat.
Yeah.
Which the pizza made me super hungry. And then we're going to come back and we're going to watch wrestling. And then I'm going to talk to more people. You actually do work and do all that driving.
Yeah.
So that's more dedication. That's what I mean. I couldn't do it.
It's worth it, though, right? If it's something that you love, it's always worth it.
I love it.
So, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love this so much.
And B,
Little life that I kind of live on the peripheral of.
It's a wonderful carnival.
It is a wonderful carnival.
And I was super grateful that Bubba brought me into Metro. And I'd love to go back sometime. But, for going that far, it's one of those things where I almost need to make a weekend of it and try and work a Friday, Saturday at the very least.
You
Right.
could do an
There's enough
FU
shows.
show. You
Yeah.
could do an FU show.
Fridays.
You could do an FU show on a Friday. And then you could do.
Saturdays now.
Dang it!
So
There will there.
New Edge or something.
I'm sure there's other Friday shows.
Yeah, Booker's watching this. JainaPryde.com.
Yeah, book her on a Friday show.
Pride with a Y.
That one guy we were talking to, he's like, I went to wrestling Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's there's that much going on.
Yeah, we were talking to a guy one time, and we were like, wow, we're really jealous of you and your Detroit
we get a wrestling
shows.
event in Grand Rapids maybe once every other month.
So like I said, I worked last night, I'm working tonight, and there's a good chance that by the time I leave the arena tonight, I'm going to have a text on my phone that they need me at a show tomorrow.
Like where?
Down in Wisconsin.
Right,
I don't remember the city, I don't remember the Fed.
Super duper far?
No, I mean for me, I live on the Wisconsin border.
Okay.
So I can
This
spit
is so
on
confusing.
Wisconsin.
Geography confuses the piss out of me.
You really got to figure the Upper Peninsula, and this is why I think maps do it all the time. There's not a line between Wisconsin and the Upper Peninsula. We're kind of just the Wisconsin's half. Yeah.
It's how did Michigan end up with the UP, but Wisconsin, who's connected, did not?
Well, yeah, and the people
Wisconsin
downstate
just
don't
seems
think about the Upper
farther
Peninsula
away.
either.
I love the UP. I've been up here. This is the third time.
They talk about it like it's a stepchild or something.
Right.
I love it up here.
I love it, but
No, don't get me wrong. It's beautiful. It's a great place to visit. However, when you live here, the downstate legislation doesn't think about you as much when they're
I
making
could
laws.
understand. I could definitely understand
'Cause
that.
I think we only have maybe 70,000 people in the entire UP.
I'd say there's no people up
No.
here, right?
No, there was more people at WrestleMania than live in the UP.
Wow,
Yeah.
really? Holy shit.
Yeah, think about that.
Most large cities up here are going to be tiny. because anything
Even, wow.
tiny over
See, Marquette seems large. Maybe it's because of the college?
It seems large, I think, because I used to live in Marquette when I went to college.
Lansing-ish.
Marquette reminds me of a city or a suburb without a city.
Oh.
It's fairly big.
Oh. That's a...
It thinks it's bigger than it is. I love you, Marquette. I would move back here in a heartbeat, but you need to get your head out of your ass.
Oh, that's a very apt description.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
It's like you expect to drive like 10 miles that way and be in a metro, but you're not.
Yes, I did. I was like, well, this is surprisingly like bustling. Like it was cute, little downtown going on. Like there was a brewery and a food bus or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was cute. But yeah, it is like a suburb without a city.
100%. And a lot of that is, like you're saying, it's because of college town. And
Well, I mean, it's cute. I wouldn't live. I'd live up here like May to like October. Like, F these winters.
yeah.
I don't know how you do it. I don't. I couldn't. You guys at like 8 feet of snow. Like what?
I'll be honest, like Marquette gets a lot of snow because of the lake, but the lake also helps to regulate the temperature. So where I'm in, like I said, I'm about 90 minutes south of here.
Yeah.
And you're being
They
more
get
inland.
as
It
much
gets
snow?
super. It don't get as much snow, but it's super bitter cold.
Ooh,
Like
see,
I would
that's-
rather live
oh.
up here with a ton of snow than live in the
Oh.
cold in the winter.
I guess that's fair.
Don't get me wrong, I'd rather live someplace warm where I'm closer to wrestling.
So
But
do you,
I have a son, so
all right, fair enough.
yeah.
So do you work in the winter then? Since you
Oh, yeah.
do you?
Wrestling has no off season.
I mean, they slow down in the winter.
Slows down for sure, but most of the places that I regular for are still running monthly all winter.
Just change out your tires and get to work.
You
Yep.
can't wear chains on your tires in Michigan. It's against the law.
It
I
is.
looked it up because I wanted to do it because I don't like driving in the weather.
Yeah.
Can you do it up here?
People do it.
Oh, chains? No. No.
Damn it. I was so
I thought you were asking if I can drive.
I was like, shit, we're moving up here today. If you can wear chains on your
Yeah, your
tires.
first winter, you're going to be like, let's go back down, be a little
I
Yeah.
want to be a troll.
But yeah, I mean, it's beautiful up here.
It
So
is very beautiful up here.
I worked on cruise ships for a while, and people would always be. I worked going through Alaska.
Did you really?
Yeah, I've had a lot of really cool. I've had a very eclectic mix of career
That's
choices.
interesting.
And people are always like, "Oh man, I'd love to go to Alaska. I'd love to go to Alaska."
Did you love it?
It's fine. Well, here's why it was okay.
Tell the story.
It was okay because these people are like, "Wow, Alaska! Wow, Alaska!" I'm like, dude, you live in the UP, and okay, go to that window. Okay, look outside. Imagine a mountain. Okay, welcome to Alaska. Same damn thing.
I've heard that the weather in most parts is similar to Michigan,
Yeah.
which is one of the reasons I've always wanted to go.
Admittedly, I was always like inside passage. So like just coming off of Canada, Ketchikan, Sitka, Juneau. So I don't know what it's like further north, but I know when you go on a cruise, you're basically in Michigan with an ocean and a mountain. You could sub Lake Superior for the ocean.
So you just saved all the money
Yeah.
and just go to the UP.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at pro tip. That's a touring pro tip. It's just like, what is that? Like $5,000 you just got saved? It's at
100%, right?
least. Yeah. See? Send it to her.
JainaPryde.com. With a Y.
See?
Go to my Amazon shopping list.
You have an Amazon shopping list?
Don't all women in wrestling have a wish list where it's like, hey, Marks,
Do
buy
they?
me stuff?
Do they?
So a lot of
They
them do.
should.
They're usually a lot skinnier and prettier than me.
Okay, all right. So
You've seen these bitches.
I have seen these bitches.
Yeah.
And personally, I think you're way prettier than
Aw.
at least 92% of them. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're. Excuse me.
I
What?
can think of 1%. You're thinking it's much better looking at this point.
It'd be hard pressed to pick a lot of. No, you're very pretty.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And you're not fat. You're not.
I'm burly, I guess. Is that a good adjective? Like I'm big. Like, I've got a lot of muscle on me and
I don't want to say big bone because that is an ass thing to say. I hate that. You are. How tall are you?
5'8".
Okay, so you're tall. That's tall for a woman.
Yeah.
That's like a normal height for a man in America. So
it's hard finding a partner that when I'm dating guys that's taller than me.
I could see that. I'm always taller than all guys.
Yeah.
Because they're all short. It's all right though.
It's fine.
We love you.
We tolerate you. I was looking at the camera, not him.
That's all right. It was perfect either way.
That's why you sometimes have to just fish from the other side of the pond.
So what match are you the most excited about tonight? I'm curious because I have no idea who's on the card. I never look because I never remember.
That's like saying like, what kid is your favorite kid?
Yep, and you always have a favorite kid, so don't at me.
That's why I'm a one and
You
doneer.
only have one?
Yeah.
Hey, you're smart. You're smart. I have two. You have a favorite kid. You have a favorite kid. I don't care. You love them both.
Yeah.
You love them both.
It has nothing to do that favorite is a girl.
No, it's definitely the girl. I love them both, but I have a favorite child. I do not care. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine. I will go to hell. It's whatever.
We've got a good as gold ladder match tonight.
Oh, there's a see again. I don't
Yeah.
ever look at the card because I forget. Oh shit! Look at I'm so observant. Oh,
We've got we got the ladder match tonight. We've also got Mike Shaw Memorial Battle Royal. You know,
I
anything.
vaguely remember reading about that.
Yeah, I mean anything like that. Those are always super fun to work. I'm excited. I'll be reffing the main
Oh, are you?
with Joey
That's
Jet Avalon
exciting.
and Mr. Ken Anderson.
Okay.
Anderson. Mr. He said Mr. Kennedy.
Your whole
And-
knowledge of pro wrestling is basically any from 5 years ago.
Perfect.
So,
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I've never gotten to
I
work
know
with him.
some '90s stuff. I know.
It's like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
So sorry.
I'll be honest. The
I've been
match
trying
that
to
I'm
learn stuff.
the match that I'm most excited for, though, we've got a tag team match with Ghetto Gear Solid going up against Melvin Hayes and Shockwave the Robot.
Shockwave the robot.
I'm so
Oh,
excited
shoot.
to watch
Oh, I
Nerd
know
Rage
him.
Melvin Hayes. He's just because he's a nerd. He lives in his mom's basement. Like he has to do his chores before he's allowed to come to shows.
No.
Yeah, and I'm excited for him to team with the robot.
All right, I'm a little excited now.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued and excited.
I'm so excited for that one.
That's weird. I don't know how I feel about that. If you're excited, I'm excited because I feel like it's gonna be good.
And it's not just because Melvin is my platonic life mate. So
I had a platonic life mate once. I still love her, but we're not platonic. Yes, we're not platonic life mates anymore.
Right. You heard that long ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you thought it was about you. So he's like once. Get all indignant and hurt. It's
Yeah.
fine. God.
This interview's over. I'll take
Yeah.
my camera and go.
God. Is that just like a man?
Lucky
God.
ticket.
Oh, that's right. He's got my ticket. I have to be
Nice.
nice to him. Sorry. All right. Well, we have to leave now.
well, it's been fun.
So sorry.
See you later.
If anybody ever asks, I'm why we can't have nice things. Okay.
Nice things are overrated. Mediocre things are where it's at.
That's good because I have lots of those.
Anytime somebody gives me a big compliment, I'm just like, no, mediocre at best, folks. Like, don't set me up for that kind of
But I
disappointment.
feel like you have a Green Lantern tattoo.
The mightiest superhero of all time.
Is this
Someone's got a Green Lantern tattoo too.
why is that the mightiest superhero of all time?
Because Shane Helms used to say that when he was the Hurricane. And B, yeah, I know, that's why I looked at the camera, not you, after the conversation we just had.
Wow! I feel wow. All right, but also all right.
Yeah.
I can't even be mad. All
He's
right.
like a superhero in wrestling. It was great.
All right. Anyway, continue. Why else?
And so like other than that, like the Green Lantern is such a cool superhero because like you look at him, he's like, oh, he's got a ring that like makes a cannon or a boxing glove.
I mean,
or
it
some
is pretty
crap.
dope.
But when you think about like he can't use the ring unless he has remarkable willpower. The ring is fueled by the wearer's willpower, other than like the battery on Oa, okay? But I find that really admirable.
Is that what it's fueled by? I don't really know. Like, I kind of like get.
I will.
Yeah. So like the Green Lantern battery on Oa is basically the physical incarnation of willpower. Yeah, and so like you have all these other lanterns, and it's a show it's another kind of show. but yeah, so like with the Green Lantern itself, he's all about willpower, and it's something that I, like a lot of people, struggle with. So having that kind of reminder is pretty cool for me.
All right. Look at you. You're talking like you have a lot of tattoos.
I mean, I will, right?
I mean, eventually. I have so many tattoos. I'm just like absolutely slathered in them. You don't have that many.
I need to add another one for my birthday coming up at the end of May.
What are you getting?
I'm either going to do another bit here. So I have literary Chinese from the Tao Te Ching. One of the primary Taoist texts.
I remember you posted about that, but I don't remember what that is.
So I am a Taoist.
Yes.
And this is taken from chapter 12 of the Tao Te Ching. And what it essentially says is the sage tends to the belly and not the eye. Embraces this and ignores that. And to me, it says, learn to be content with what you have. And don't be discontent because you don't have certain things. You can still go after those things, but in the moment, don't be stricken with anxiety or sadness because you don't have them. Look at what you do have and show reverence for that.
That's a fair way to look at things. I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little universal, not just Taoist. Yes, did I
100%.
say that right?
Yes.
I'm so bad with.
It's usually pronounced Taoist in the U.S. because it's spelled with a T.
Yes,
but, yeah.
but it's pronounced Taoist. And in my head, I see it as Taoist. Yeah. And then my brain's like, that's not how we say that, white girl.
But yeah, it's lovely. And, outside of anything else, there's two ways of looking at it. You can look at it like a religion. You can look at it like a philosophy. I'd say the crowd's pretty split on how you do it.
It's a way of thinking, yeah?
Yeah. There are like a lot of history. There's history, there's deities, it gets really deep the further you go.
Does it?
But for a lot of people, if you read the three primary texts, you can get a lot out of it. Which is the Tao Te Ching, Wanzi, the inner chapters, and the I Ching. And plus, if you read the I Ching, you get to learn how to do divination.
Really?
Yeah. Magic is a part of Taoism too, so.
Oh.
I'm also a practicing witch, so.
Also same, not like that, but yeah, also practicing witch. Very nice. I'm gonna have to maybe look into that because that sounds interesting. I've kind of
The great thing about the Tao Te Ching is that it's about this thick.
Oh.
And every chapter is one page generally. It's about this long, and it's all prose.
I like that.
So you get the best way I recommend to read it is pick it up. You don't even have to read it sequentially. Pick it up, read a chapter, and then just ruminate on it until you're ready for the next one.
All right. I kind of like to read that way anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like to do. So that's fair. I could do that. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that. Do you think that makes you better in kayfabe life, shoot life? Does that help?
It helps me.
This?
Does it help this? I feel like it helps me in all ways. One of the core principles of Taoism is Wu Wei. Wu Wei is essentially non-action.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean you just sit there and you don't do anything and you just kind of let the world go around you.
Right.
But it means
which
swimming.
Is what it sounds like.
Right, but it means swimming with the river, not against it. So you're still getting to the other side of the river.
Okay.
But instead of swimming upstream with it and wearing yourself out, go downstream. Go with the flow. Let things happen how they're going to, and then you can still be working towards your things. That's really crucial in indie wrestling because a lot of times, especially working smaller shows, it can be really chaotic. And if you carry a lot of anxiety about how things are going and you're trying to fight against how they're going and swimming upriver.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that feeling.
Yeah, so.
Maybe just a little bit.
Like I said earlier, I keep ahimsa high in my life. The other part of it is the Wu Wei. Those are the two things that I try and practice in my everyday life. So non-harm in all things and go with the flow.
All right. That sounds interesting when you are talking about when you're involving that with wrestling.
Right. Like you think, non-violence.
Yes.
Yeah.
And go with the flow.
So we were talking before about me getting back into wrestling.
Yeah.
That's actually one thing that's been hard for me to reconcile with working as a wrestler. I did a battle royal last October, maybe.
Okay.
And there was a miscue between myself and another wrestler. It was totally my fault.
Okay.
But they called for a headbutt, and we ended up full-on headbutting.
Oh, owie.
And we both got concussed pretty hard. Neither of us really remember the rest of the match after that. Huh?
How was that your fault, bro?
Because I'm the one that leaned in.
Oh, you leaned in.
Yeah, it was my fault.
But you didn't put the hand there.
I mean, way to own.
Yeah.
I mean,
it sounds like both of your faults.
Might have been, but I'll
All
take
right,
the
so
hit
you
on it
both
because they were, a person who's actually wrestling all the time. And
all right, so you both were concussed.
yeah, so I had a really hard time reconciling that because, first of all, yeah, wrestling's not ballet. People can and do get hurt.
Yeah. I mean, you get hurt in ballet, too.
True, yes. But the way that I reconciled it in my head was I hurt somebody. And yes, they knew that that was a possibility, but why did I hurt somebody? Why was I ever in the position where I could hurt somebody? And I was put in that position because I chose to have a selfish pursuit of getting that charge from wrestling, of, getting that jolt that you get as a performer, right? I wanted to have that. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, well, that's a very selfish pursuit if it means I'm going to hurt somebody in the pursuit of it. I eventually came to reconcile that, no, it's okay in wrestling because you're both signing up for it.
Right.
So it's. I came to reconcile it because of how I understand BDSM. Same thing.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, it's similar.
It's consensual, and
it is very consensual.
You're not going in there to leave lasting pain.
Right.
It might happen if you're not careful, though.
Right, and you go in there and you're gonna try and be careful and you try to be safe. That's the whole goal, is to be safe with each other. But poopy happens.
Right.
And sometimes, but that going in, that poopy happens and you might get an owie.
And I applied the same thing that you use in BDSM: safe, sane, and consensual.
Yeah. I mean, you're pushing it a little bit with this saying.
We're going real loose on that word.
Yeah, like thin and loose right there, man. Just thin and loose. It's nice you're using it, though. It's great. I cannot. Oh, God.
Yeah, it took me a couple months after that to
really. I mean,
reconcile that in my head.
At least you can, though, because I know that there's some people, wrestlers, refs, whatever, something like that would happen and they wouldn't be able to. They wouldn't be able to work through it in their head and they'd just be like, welp, I'm done.
Yeah.
And that sucks. That's awful, counseling bros.
Yeah. The other fun part of that story is after I was concussed, I had a momentary lapse of sanity from the concussion, and I ended up blowing up my entire Instagram, not with posting, but I went through and I removed every single follower and I shut it down. I'm just no, I don't want this anymore.
I mean, that happens. As somebody still recovering from concussion, it's a real thing. It messes your brain up.
100%.
So it's okay. It's all right. Do you have an Instagram still? Did it come back?
I don't really post to it. The only time I post to it is because it's also linked to my Facebook.
Okay.
But people sometimes reach out to me there. I'll be honest, I don't really check those messages much.
I'm so bad at Instagram.
Yeah.
So what socials are you on then?
Facebook's the best one for me.
Okay. Jaina Pryde at gmail.com. With a Y, right?
Pryde with a Y. Yeah, if you go to jainapryde.com with a Y, it's got links to all of my socials.
See?
My YouTube's in there where I post any of the companies that I have the pleasure of working with.
Which are, you want to shout anybody out?
Yeah. So UPW, obviously, it's my home team crowd.
This
and
is so awesome looking. Do they always have it here?
no,
Oh, okay.
usually
I
much
don't
smaller
know.
venues, but this is our WrestleMania. So I thought to myself, what would Aubrey do? So I did the nails, I did the hair.
You look dope. You look dope.
But yeah, so I work with UPW. I work with We Love Wrestling. It's in northern Wisconsin. I work with All Out Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
Pete King running a great show over there in western Wisconsin with Jerry Adams. And I've also recently been brought in to Hybrid Wrestling Entertainment out of Green Bay, which is run by TJ Bowles and TW3.
Okay.
So those are my regulars, and then I try and take a booking with some company that I've not worked for in between that.
Like you did Metro.
Yeah, I did Metro. I did the one last month was I got to work with Midwest All-Star Wrestling.
Okay.
And they were like, so I was talking about like levels before.
Yeah.
They were the next level for me.
Oh, that's exciting then.
Yeah. And it was really good for me. And actually, I owe the folks at All Out Pro a shout out for that.
Where are they out of?
MAW or All Out?
All Out. The ones we have to shout out.
Yeah, so All Out runs a lot of shows like in the Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin area by a player. MAW runs Minnesota. They kind of got that area unlocked down into the Dakotas.
I want to get all to these. Oh, is that very far away?
Yeah. It was about 6 hours from Iron Mountain, or actually from Marquette, where we are now. It's about 6 hours.
Heck.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine though.
I mean, Wisconsin is, especially this time of year, where you take the ferry across, would be a lot easier. But
oh yeah, that'd be fun. See, but it's just so worth it. Like there's so much stuff I've never seen, and like people like you have seen it, and it's so exciting. And I see it through yours, and I want to see it through my eyes.
IPW is the greatest. That's because that's all they know.
Right.
They haven't traveled like we do and realized, well, things are pretty good outside this little bubble.
With All Out Pro, we've got Hacksaw Jim Duggan coming in at the next show.
I know that name.
There you go.
I even know that name.
Leva Bates is our women's champion right now.
I know that name.
The librarian Leva Bates, she was with AEW for a while.
I love that though.
Yeah.
I don't know that name, but I love that whole thought.
I'm just gonna put it out there. Like I have had, a good girl crush on Leva Bates for some time.
All right, I'm gonna have to Google.
When I got to finally work with her, I was just like, so when I got to work with her when she got the belt, it was open. The belt was vacant, and it was Leva Bates, Sue Young from TNA Impact, and Blair Onyx.
Oh, I know
making
that.
a huge name for herself around here.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, she's gonna be big.
Yeah.
And it was a women's triple threat match for the All Out Pro women's title. And getting to work that match was just so great for me. And I love Sue.
Awesome.
So, yeah, and that was my first time meeting Blair.
Oh my gosh.
And Leva does this book spot in her matches often because she's a librarian, right? So it started off, Blair has Sue in a headlock, and you can watch this on my YouTube channel.
I'm going to.
Blair has Sue in a sleeper.
Okay.
Sue drops down. And then Leva comes in. She throws a sleeper on Blair. Blair starts falling down. And then Leva's like, book. She had a book in the corner. So I hand her book, hand her a microphone. Or I'm holding the microphone for her. And she's reading the book while she's got the sleeper on, putting everybody to sleep. So then she goes about 2 sentences in. They're falling asleep. Another sentence. I start falling asleep in the corner. Another sentence. The camera guy starts nodding a little bit. And it was so much fun. So she's like, she goes for a pin, then really like, and then they wake up.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was so cool.
That is beautiful. Now, see, do you guys plan that out? Did you guys plan that out? Okay, I just wonder.
I think it's 2024. Kayfabe's kind of dead, but.
I mean, kayfabe doesn't count with me because I'm so clueless. Like, you have to explain things to me or I would be completely lost.
I'm not going to be like that masked wrestler guy in the late 1900s was like, the inside story of professional wrestling, they don't want you to hear. Like the dude that went and did it with like Magic too, right? And he got blackballed.
Yeah, no, it's really done. Like, okay, so.
It really doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it does.
Like-
Every time you take a bump in that ring, it is like a low-level car accident.
Real. It's real. It is real. It's real action. It's real pain. It's real choreography. It's real action. Just because the stories aren't real doesn't mean it's not real. It's not real,
Yeah.
but it's real. Like, I know that's physically taxing. Yeah, it's physically taxing. So yeah, like totally. And I feel like God damn it. That's like the third time I've hit that. I feel like I respect it more now that I've been like behind and I've seen how you train and I see how you learn how to take a bump. Like I respect it so much more now because I see what it takes. Like I appreciate it more now. Whoa! Sir, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
thank
like I said,
you.
I got this abrasion up here right now. I covered
Yeah.
it up with foundation mostly. But.
That's impressive. I would just let it shine.
Yeah.
I let my bruise flag shine. It's like whatever.
But what was I gonna say? I don't remember.
I'm
But anyway.
sorry.
No, you're wonderful.
I did the C. I did the I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
But yeah, one of my favorite things to go to when somebody says, "Oh, wrestling, isn't that all fake?" And a lot of us will say, "Well, I can show you a lot better than I can tell you." And then you
I
just
wish
chop them.
Has somebody done? Do you guys do that? Because that's beautiful.
Chops?
Yes.
I've chopped people to show them that professional wrestling's not fake.
I would love that. I would live for that shit. Oh, I would love it. I've always wanted to chop somebody. I don't know. I'm looking because nobody's gonna
Let's
watch
make this dream come true.
No, I will not. No, I can't. No, I will. I'm not chopping you. I will hurt myself. I can't chop you. I will hurt myself.
I thought you wanted to chop people.
No,
folks.
I don't want to chop you though. I want to chop people I don't like.
Oh.
I like you. I don't want to chop you.
But it's all about beating up your friends in there.
But I don't want to beat up my friends. I want to beat up people I don't like.
Fair enough.
I like my friends. I don't like. I would feel bad. I feel bad thinking about hitting you. Like that's not even like. No, I want to hit somebody with a kendo stick.
Those are cool.
Just once. Just. And I'll hit somebody I like. I know. I know. Just one time.
You want to know how to make one so you can do it?
One time.
You can make one just going to the craft section.
$20 if you let me hit you with a kendo stick one fucking time, bro.
You can take like a thin wooden dowel, get a bunch of that, get like a wooden ball, put that in the middle of them, wrap the end very tight, both ends, and then you wrap close to the ball too so that it gets that separation.
Oh my God, is that what those are?
No, but you can make them that way. Yeah,
Oh
so then when
God,
it hits, it's got a lot of...
Oh, dowels
thin.
would hurt though, but dowels.
It's like
ow.
quarter-inch dowel.
Ooh.
So when
maybe
it,
I don't.
but it's
No,
got
I
that
still
spring
want-
to it.
I still want to hit somebody with a kendo stick.
That's why you have the space in between so that when it hits, it's actually like springing in and reducing the impact.
Okay, so I low-key want to hit you with it. How do you hit somebody safely with a chop?
Just slap them.
No, you can't just slap.
I mean, basically.
No, because you have to be careful because I know
do
when
an
you
overhand. So give me a high five. Wait, give me a high five. High five. There you go.
You said a high five. That was such a. You rolled your eyes at me.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
So do the same thing. I need to stop hitting the mic. Let's put the mic here so you can hear it.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh my God, I'm so nervous.
We're gonna pop Prue's Chop Cherry. Can that be the title of the episode? Prue pops her Chop Cherry.
Wait.
Prue pops her Chop Cherry.
Prue pops her chop cherry. Can you remember that? I can't remember that. Can you DM it to me?
You know, I feel like it's too bad that we don't have something recording this. Like I said, I don't know when to shut up sometimes.
I just got really excited, so I love Jaina.
You know what though? That's good. Like being able to forget like that you're on camera and stuff and just talking.
That's how we got 2.5 hours out of Aaron Ryan.
This is why I can't have nice things. This is why I can't have nice things. Okay. All right.
So yeah, give me a high
I'm
five
not
again.
gonna hurt you.
No.
Okay. I feel like I'm gonna hurt you though. I don't.
Really?
More sound.
I can't.
You're going through the loudest high five you've ever done.
But
There you go.
Okay, now do it here. Same thing.
Oh, the microphone thing fell off. I said the microphone thing. I don't. Okay. Oh God, I'm not gonna hurt you.
Nope. So just
Oh God. Okay.
line it
I'm
up.
so fucking nervous.
Hit it a few times, or go a few times so you're lined up, and then just.
Right here?
Sure.
Oh Jesus God. Look, I'm calling on deities I don't even fucking believe in.
There you go.
I didn't hurt you.
See, you could reel back further though.
Oh no,
Like I said, when you touch your hand, it makes that sound. It pops.
I don't want to. But I was afraid I'd hurt you.
You won't.
Oh God.
You won't.
Okay. How far back do I
As
go?
far as you can.
Oh,
And
sweet
bring it in
Jesus.
as fast as you can.
They show you a chop.
You're not gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
Hey God, is people looking at me? Okay. All right, good. I'm on fucking camera. I'm so stupid. Oh,
There you go.
Perfect. Nice. Pop Bruce chop
hurt
cherry.
you?
No.
Okay.
It's red, but that's because you slapped it, right?
Oh God. Oh, I'm so sorry. Do you want to hit me?
No.
Okay. I feel like you should. I feel like it's
No.
fair.
Nope.
Okay.
I won't do that.
All right, you can hit him. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
I volunteered. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, it looks good,
Oh my God,
right?
it does.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you can call the police now. I'm assaulted.
I'm honored that I got to do that.
Thank you. I've always wanted to do that. Ah! All right. Woo. I'm all flustered. Woo! But my heart rate's all up. Oh God.
That chop's giving me the vapors.
I was just gonna say that. I didn't think anybody else said that. Oh,
I mean, I still use rad in everyday conversations. So.
I use rad occasionally. Oh God. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, I have the vapors. We're divorced now.
Okay. I'll live your best life.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I'm just kidding, but seriously.
Oh, look, it's 106. You thought I was playing.
Hey, that's Peter.
Hi. I know him.
No, that's Peter.
Thank you. That
Of
was
course.
so exciting.
I'm excited. Like I said, I'm really excited that I got to give that to you.
Okay. All right. What? What are you pointing at? Yeah, he carries the great tigers.
Performance
Yeah.
tonight. That's why
Yeah.
he's here.
Yeah. LJ Lawrence, he carries the Great Tigers merch. It's really nice of him
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
that. We haven't figured out who the Great Tigers.
I won't tell.
I can figure it out.
Let me tell you something about Great Tiger.
Yes.
I got the guitar.
I mean, have you ever spoken to him? I can't understand him, but
JainaPryde.com.
do you have shirts?
Of course I got shirts.
I don't have a shirt. Buy me a shirt.
Yeah,
It's the first time we've actually met her.
That's
so-
true.
we just launched
I'm gonna get a
t-shirts
shirt.
from the Pride Command Center on Pro Wrestling Tees a couple weeks
All right.
ago.
Well, I'm gonna get a shirt, but tell me about Tiger.
So yeah,
I'm
first of all, I can't understand a word he says.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean Tiger.
So here's the hard part though. What you don't realize is that under that mask is another mask, and that's how he comes to the arena. I don't think anybody knows who he really is.
It's like travesty. No, that's what I.
It disappears.
Yeah.
That's what I said. That's LJ Lawrence. I feel like LJ.
It disappears.
Yeah. Hi. No, you come here. You come here. No. It's very nice to see
Hey,
you.
Jaina.
I'm so bossy. I'm sorry.
Look at these dapper gents.
Are they dapper? Are you dapper? You have a R2. No. Oh, for Pete's sake. Is it R2D2? Yes, I did say it right. Yay.
It is. That's actually, I was saying before I try and take outside my normal ones booking every month. Next Friday, I'm working for Fourth Wall Wrestling down south of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And they're doing a Star Wars theme show.
Are they? Yeah. Oh, do you get to dress up?
I'm hoping to. So I have a Twi'lek headpiece coming. Like the big tentacle headpiece
Yes.
things.
No.
I don't know if I'm going to have it on time for the show.
What?
Or not. Yeah.
That's.
And I'm going to have to chin strap it so it doesn't fly off while I'm reffing.
That'd be stupid dope.
Yeah.
Though.
I'm really hoping it's here.
Oh, that's exciting.
I bought it on Etsy, so we'll see.
Oh, then it's gonna be good though.
Right, exactly.
Oh, that's fun. Even if it doesn't, that's still gonna be a fun ass show.
Right, for sure. And if it doesn't come in, then I'll have a Twi'lek headpiece that I will never wear.
No, you have to wear it.
I'm not that big of a Star Wars girl.
Go to a con and wear it.
Do I have
wear
to?
It. I mean, you bought it, you should wear it, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you do?
I'll just wear it in the bedroom.
Life.
That's fulfilling a fantasy for somebody out there.
I mean, low key.
I feel like that's an
OnlyFans.
I was gonna say that's an OnlyFans niche right there.
Yeah, I
$13.95 a month.
Sleep in this Star Wars headwear.
No, I learned the hard way when I started wrestling. Started in locker rooms reffing. You don't joke about having an OnlyFans unless you want a lot of unwanted advances. I guess there wouldn't be unwanted advances if you wanted them.
I mean, no.
And then I changed the name on my OnlyFans account so that wrestling people can't find it.
Just because you have an OnlyFans doesn't mean you want advances.
Means you want money.
Have you met a man?
Yes, that's why I'd rather meet a bear.
Yes. I had that explained to me for the first time last night.
Really?
Yeah. And
Oh.
it was she was telling it to me, and she's like, she proposed the question before saying what, because I said, "What is this?" And she posed the question.
Right.
I said, "A bear, of course." And she's like, "Yeah, most women say that because men are scary."
Yeah, like, because a bear's just going to kill you.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine. Like, whatever. I mean, like, that's awful. Nobody wants to die, but also, at least you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
So, that's
Bears
fine.
will physically assault and kill you. Men will just emotionally maim you.
Yes. And they might not do that, because you might be able to scare them away. I don't have a fighting chance.
Actually, I take that back. Nobody will ever emotionally damage you more than another woman will, I feel, when you date women. Women as women, like women dating women, because like all of that emotional connectedness that you typically don't get just kind of goes.
I feel like, okay, I feel like you're right, but only to a point. I feel like
That's how I live my life.
if you're untherapized,
Untherapized, yeah.
untherapized, I think if you don't have the counseling, then yes.
Yeah.
It's like the toxicity of men, and it's like wrestling. It's like you amped it up like to 10.
Right.
It's great, but no. But if you throw some counseling in there, you're pretty okay.
Yeah. And I recognize we're painting with very broad brushes right now.
Oh, of course, obviously, because you have to when you talk, because you can't finesse paint when you're talking about groups of people. It's when you talk individually that you finesse.
Yeah, we're not doing trim.
No, we're not
Talking
doing
about getting trim.
You're really good. You are really good. You're very quick. I like
Thank you.
that.
I'll actually, I don't know if I should say this or not,
Please
because
do.
we haven't announced it officially. But
Well, I mean, it's going to be at least until tomorrow, until this is aired.
well, JD, if I wasn't allowed to say this yet,
Oh, you should have said something.
the
Sorry.
Mayhem Media folks, JD, who runs Mayhem Media, he's looking to grow his shows, and he's optioned one of my old IPs called Cinecurious. It's a podcast where I sit down with somebody who brings a film to the table. It is a film that means something to them. We're not talking Citizen Kane here, all right?
Okay.
Like, I've got somebody bringing Pacific Rim to the table for this.
Look, that was an alright movie.
Yeah,
Don't be
but it's more of a sit down talking a little bit about the movie, but
Okay.
more talking to the person about why do they like that movie. And I find that when
like
you're
that.
I find when you're using the movie as the staging ground for it, people tend to not realize that you're kind of digging into like emotional things as much, and it
Okay.
makes for a better interview.
So what's yours?
What movie would be mine? I feel like it would either be Mallrats or Empire Records. Being an 80s
I've never
baby.
seen neither of those.
Really?
I know that's
Oh.
bad. I am an 80s baby too. I know I'm bad.
Well, that's the best part with the show.
I've seen Clerks like twice.
Oh, okay.
Don't fucking hate.
That's the cool part with the show is I'm going to watch the movie with them too.
Oh my
So I might be watching
God,
this movie
I am
for the first
here
time,
for
and
this.
yeah.
That's wonderful.
And then we're both going to watch it offline and then come back and talk
Can
about
we
it. I'll
do
give my
this?
impressions. I was going to say, would you like to guess?
Please. Oh my God.
We're going to be doing one
yes.
show a month for the first season.
I will drive anywhere you want me to drive.
We're going to do it right online.
That's beautiful. That sounds absolutely fantastic.
I'll have the people in the Pride Command Center get a hold of you.
Yes, please. That sounds absolutely fantastic.
Awesome.
I don't know what movie I'd pick. Goonies?
Oh, actually, somebody's already chosen Goonies
All right,
for season
fine.
1. We got Adam Hull. He is a
Labyrinth?
drift car driver. He's coming in with Goonies.
That's dope.
Yeah. I'm trying to go outside of wrestling. Like, I want to have people from like different walks of life. So I have a drift car driver coming on.
That's dope.
I have a Transformers expert coming on. So he's actually he paid for houses, motorcycles, all this stuff with Transformers, and like he's actually been featured on like box set DVDs for his collections and
That's
stuff.
so interesting.
Guess what one he's bringing?
Transformers?
Pacific Rim.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was not a bad movie. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
So, but yeah, like I said, I'm trying to really diversify who
And
we're
it's
bringing
Labyrinth.
in. Labyrinth. All right, can I tell you, I've never watched Labyrinth.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
And then at the end of the season, we're doing a 6-episode season, which is
Okay.
going to take us through the end of the year.
Okay.
And then we're going to do a roundtable at the end of the year with any guests who want to come back
Oh,
to
that's
talk about holiday films.
beautiful. My goodness. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I was going to wait and invite you, but after we were done here.
Okay. Well, no, I'm glad you did. Oh, I'm so excited. That sounds much better than this prattle. And you've never seen Labyrinth? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I say that because I haven't seen your 2 80s movies, but Labyrinth.
Mine were 90s, but yeah.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I was a teenager when they were hitting. So
Labyrinth?
yeah, I never saw it. I have a very vehement avoidance of hype bubbles.
Labyrinth was a hype bubble?
Yeah, because your reaction right now. You've never seen Labyrinth?
The only reason I say that is because I love it so much.
Right, but
I was enamored with it. I don't think everybody's seen it. I'm always there's a lot of people. No, there's a lot of people that haven't seen it, but I'm always shocked when they haven't. When they fit I don't know. Maybe it's a stereotype in my head where I feel like they should have seen it.
Right.
I don't know. You feel like you fit that stereotype, like you should have seen it.
I know.
So it bothers me. I don't know.
I run into a lot of people that have seen it, and they have like that same reaction, like, you haven't seen it, really?
Like that's what.
And then I will
that's
just
what it is.
purposely not watch it just to be obstinate.
No, it's so good. It's so good.
I hate Scooby-Doo and the Beatles for the same reason.
Scooby-Doo's so great. I'm not a big Beatles fan, despite the name. I like a couple songs, but that's it.
Yeah.
The Beatles are not that great. Scooby-Doo is great.
Anybody who tells me I should like something, I will go out of my way to not even consume
You
it.
should not, but it just surprises me that you don't. That's all.
I should like something I already love, and I'm gonna be like, I hate it now.
All right. I feel like when does the show start?
I think the door's open in 30 minutes here, so I should probably go get changed.
So, yes, we should. Oh God. Okay. Yes. All right. Thank you. I'm so sorry.
Why?
I don't.
This was lovely.
All right.
I told you, I was really excited to do this.